This is Europe, the homeland of democracy, the legal system, and classical culture. Throughout its history, it has endured countless wars, revolutions, epidemics, developed new institutions and languages, undergone transformations of societies and ideas, and spread its influence to other lands. But nothing comes from nowhere. All of this the modern world owes to Rome. The Roman Empire had a profound impact on world history, including legal systems, culture, and the spread of Christianity. The Roman Empire was the center of classical culture, and many famous works were created in Rome. Additionally, Roman law was founded on principles of justice, equality before the law, and the obligation of laws for all citizens. The idea of empire as a form of government was inherited by many states, including medieval Spain and the Russian Empire. Moreover, Latin, the language of ancient Rome, became the basis for many European languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, and Romanian. That's why they are called Romance languages, from the word Roma. The Roman language also influenced the development of the English language, especially in the field of vocabulary. The legacy of the Roman Empire still influences the world we live in today. This is the Roman Empire with its capital Rome. And here's the city of Rome, founded in 753 BCE. That's where it all began. Rome was founded in a region where the Latin tribes lived. There is no absolutely accurate scientific dating of the city's foundation, due to lack of evidence. The only thing that can be relied upon is the legend of the city's founding by the twin brothers Romulus and Remus. They founded the city on the banks of the Tiber River in 753 BCE. This date is widely used as the official date of Rome's foundation. According to the legend, the god Mars was the father of the brothers, and their mother was a priestess. In childhood, the brothers were thrown onto the banks of the Tiber, where they were found by a she-wolf and nursed. Later, as adults, the brothers founded the city on the Palatine Hill. However, Romulus killed Remus over a dispute about the choice of a site for the new city. Romulus became the first king of Rome, and the legend of the brothers became an important part of Roman mythology. The second king was Numa Pompilius, who was elected by the popular assembly. According to legend, later on the rule of Rome passed to King Tullius Hostilius, who was called to the throne by the goddess Juno. In the future, the rule of Rome was passed down by inheritance within families, but there were also cases where a new king was chosen as a result of popular uprising or revolution. In addition, dynasties could be connected by marriages or adoptions, which also helped to maintain stability in the rule. Rome was located in relatively favorable conditions, both geographically and politically. Its neighbors to the north were the Etruscans, and to the south were the Greeks and their colonies. The Romans traded actively with them, which allowed for their quick development. Rome was a very open city, many refugees found shelter here, and the government allowed them to quickly obtain all the rights of citizens. As a result, Rome grew rapidly and was one of the first metropolises of antiquity. During this period, several important institutions were founded, such as the judiciary and the Senate. Rome's relations with its neighbors, the Etruscans, Latins, and Greeks, were quite diverse. Sometimes there were wars, sometimes peace treaties, sometimes trade, and then again wars. The most important of these rulers was Servius Tullius. Servius Tullius made important changes to the life of Rome. He conducted a census of the population and established a certain system of social division. The system of social division consisted of each class having to provide a certain number of centuries, such a unit of soldiers. The richer the class, the more centuries and expensive the equipment required from that class. The lower the class, the fewer centuries required, and their equipment was more modest. And the poorest, who had nothing but offspring, were called proletarians, from the Latin proles, offspring. They were completely exempt from military service, but they were also forbidden to participate in politics. Servius Tullius built a defensive wall around the city, thereby expanding its borders. Servian Wall ran along 7 hills. Since then, Rome has been known as the City on 7 Hills. The kings of Rome were becoming increasingly unpopular with the people, as they increasingly abused their power. The seventh king, Lucius Tarquinius Superbus, was particularly cruel and tyrannical, suppressing his political opponents and seeking to strengthen his rule. However, under Tarquinius Superbus, thanks to successful conquests, Rome gained significant resources that were directed toward the construction of the Grand Temple of Jupiter and a sewer system. But in 509 BCE, a sexual scandal occurred that became the last straw for the people. The king's son, Sextus Tarquinius, raped the wife of an important patrician, Lucretia. This crime became the catalyst for a popular uprising that led to the expulsion of Tarquinius Superbus and the end of the monarchy in Rome. A total of 7 kings ruled Rome. Next, important political changes will take place in Rome. The period of monarchy laid the foundation for Rome's development as a significant player on the ancient political map. However, before Rome becomes what we are accustomed to knowing, it must undergo many internal and external changes. There will be numerous obstacles on its path, the journey will be thorny, and even the threat of the complete disappearance of this state still looms in its infancy. Thank you for watching. You know what to do below the video and whom to send it to. Also, support our projects on Patreon. Look to the past, but do not forget about the future. Goodbye.